Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the wild Samoans. Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano, the trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Guys, this is gonna... Two-on-two tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wilds. Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. And we can highlight how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley Boys. With a famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the team.
Both men now on the apron. This is a scary situation.
Are you kidding me? Off the apron to the floor!
A collision like that could mark a turning point for this entire match.
Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
Well, this is the Dudleys' wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working.
And the Dudley Boys remain the kings of the tables match.
Here are your winners.
Here's the battle, and it's the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, taking on Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Two sets of brothers, two sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage.
Bringing a new definition to the term sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
Afa and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train, it's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat. Leaning on the turnbuckle here. He's zoning in, has something big in store.
It's their opponent's
I don't care how much you train. You can't prepare for a commercial airliner to come crashing down on you like that.
Oh, the knee takes a big hit.
Bubba wasn't prepared for that. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
Bubba isn't asking for a table tonight. He's getting it himself.
Ooh, right to the throat.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it would take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudleys' wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters.
That kind of force in the arm can have lingering effects. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Afa or Sika headbutt. Scoop slam sets things up.
He is getting rid of the turnbuckle pad. Don't say that too loud, Saxon, like it caught. Look out! What's next? And what a throw that was.
I honestly can't believe we just saw a human being tossed like that.
His body is dealing with a lot of stress here.
So far, this tables match has been just as brutal as we anticipated.
And we can follow how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley Boys. With a famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the team in TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means lots of them.
Yeah, and if Bubba Ray and Devon can get the Wild Samoans to a table tonight, it will really add to the Dudley Boys' legacy.
And Afa and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
I don't care how much padding the floor seems to have, being thrown out of the ring like...
Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika.
Sleeper hold cinched in deep.
And breaks out of the sleeper.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Afa and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
A direct headshot. Just sickening.
Able to prevent Sika's attack. Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudleys' wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters.
Looks like he knew that was coming up. A very ferocious demeanor emanating from the Wild Samoans. Like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it would take for the Dudley boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. Such a peculiar...
Look out! Look out below! Completely throwing self-preservation out the window.
I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that. Snap power slam.
And now gets tossed into the ring.
Oh, God!
Taken to the floor. And he's got no worries about the count.
Each of those boots seem to get heavier with each blow.
And we can harp on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley boys. With a famous series of TLC matches they had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the T, TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means lots of them.
Yeah, and if Bubba Ray and Devon can get the Wild Samoans to a table tonight, it will really add to the Dudley boys' legacy even further.
Got him in the corner now.
Wicked clothesline.
Down to opponent, and a double axe handle smash.
Let's take things into the ring.
Boom! What a headbutt! He's finding himself in some territory he does not want to be in.
The purpose of this match is to soften up your opponent before you inevitably put them through the table. Incoming!
Uh-oh.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down.
Hava and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat. It looks like he's stalking his prey. Only one thing in mind. Oh, right to the gut. And a counter by Alpha. Boom. Oh, blow.
Nasty kick.
He's getting on his feet. Vulnerable to what's coming next.
Popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley boys in there.
Systematic attack on that arm.
He's setting this table up, and guys, someone's about to have a really bad night.
He realizes this is his opportunity.
Take off.
Oh, crash and burn.
Oh no. Decided to take a leap of faith and paid the price.
And he throws the opposition back into the ring. Watch out!
Clothesline.
I think he's totally gassed.
Looks like the gas tank is running past E now.
Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here. Targeting the shoulder with the claw.
Escape and a takedown.
Big boot. The Dudley Boys came in tonight knowing they had to turn up the dial, had to match Alpha and Sika's level of aggression. Bubba Ray and D-Von know they have to be extreme as they can be. Yep. And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Here are your winners.
Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, taking on D-Von and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Two sets of brothers, two sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage.
Bringing a new definition to the term sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train, it's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
Oh, man. And Bubba Ray responds.
Oh, heavy contact into the steel steps.
Whipped into the corner with tremendous force. Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring. I understand getting yourself fired up, but he needs to stay on his opponent. And we can hum on how this match was sky high. Ooh, and he manages to reverse. Oh, what a splash. Did you guys feel the rumble from that impact? Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudley's wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than D-Von and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters.
Oh, good gravy. Thrown into the corner with a little something extra.
Such a peculiar look coming from the Wild Samoans, as if they have no control of their animalistic behavior. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring. Good golly, Miss Molly! Ooh, getting out of harm's way.
Lighting up the chest.
Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned?
A table. The WWE Universe is going wild.
Wicked shot.
Oh my! Holding the table with surprising accuracy. Oh no, now that he has the kendo stick, I definitely do not want to be in his path to destruction.
Oh man, Bubba Ray is looking worse for the wear. Looking for the...
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Alpha or Sika headbutt.
No. Power bomb out of the apron. Elbow drop. Piercing. Bam. Here we go. Headbutt to the gut.
From the top.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
You gotta be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. But I can't say it didn't pay off.
Somebody's got to put a stop to this.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it will take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. Strong suplex. He's been dealt a good deal of damage.
I think we're about to see a body go through a table real soon.
Oh, and it's reversed. And Bubba is counted.
A masterful display of defense from both wrestlers.
Now bringing the fight back into the ring.
Sidewalk slam delivered.
Oh, with the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley boys at their own game. Deep. 2-on-2 tables match here. With the masters of the match, the Dudley boys taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts from the top. Whoa, what a landing.
The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it'll take for the Dudley boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back. Oh, God. Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. Be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
This is the Dudleys' wheelhouse, Cole. No team knows more about excelling in a tables match than Devon and Bubba Ray. The Wild Samoans have a lot of unbridled aggression working in their favor, but ultimately, they're up against the Masters.
Uh-oh. Turning the tables. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring. Catches the kick into a dragon screw leg whip.
Oh, my goodness.
Just punishing their opponent.
Alpha had that well scouted.
Agonizing. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Oh, my gosh, that's gross.
And we can harp on how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley boys, with a famous series of...
To the sky. Oh.
Completely flat threatened, and that should do it. That has to do it. Sent into the corner. Clothesline!
Well, that'll leave a mark.
Alley-oop! And gets... Tossed back into the mat. Oh, he tied that counter well.
Oh, what a clothesline.
He's making his way to ringside now.
He is getting rid of the turnbuckle pad. Don't say that too loud, Saxon. You might get caught.
And now heading back inside the ring.
Driven down with a sidewalk slam.
Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo. And we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon. Devon with a kick to the guts. Turns his opponent around.
There's some power behind that punch.
Climbing up the corner.
Blast off. Oh, the ring to the outside. I can't believe what we just saw. I can't believe that didn't miss.
He's headed out to the ringside area. Take a seat at the table. This match is just evolving right before our very eyes.
I really hope it doesn't get more hazardous than this.
Sika looking to bait his opponent into a mistake.
Ava and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
Taking hold of Sika here.
Nice scoop slam.
He even put through the ringer tonight.
They have tried their hardest to avoid damage, but I think the table might be coming into play sooner rather than later.
And he re-enters into the ring.
Ooh! Whoa! Just tossing that table around like it was nothing. Ooh!
What an interception.
Thunderous powerbomb. We all know what is going through their... Devon now has the opponent set up, and there is saving grace. The Wild Samoans just took a bumpy trip to Dudleyville.
Oh, stop right to the hand. Oh, Devon got caught with the reversal.
Oof! Brutal impact into the corner.
Down in a hurry.
Sika out of there in a hurry. Oh my! Holding the table with surprising accuracy. Hot dog into the Samoan drop. Incredible!
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley Boys in there.
Uh-oh! Here it is!
Locked in the accolade. Slides out the back door and he is free. Incoming. Ooh, man. I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality.
They for sure answer yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're rough. Yes, they're tough. Yes, they remain.
Taking liftoff. You gotta be kidding me. From ring post to ringside, risking it all paid off. If you're looking to cause quick, sharp damage, you can't go wrong with the kendo stick.
Saw it coming. It counters it. Goes under the ropes and into the ring.
Bubba Ray.
Bubba bomb. No telling what's underneath the ring tonight. The Dudley Sika's level of aggression. Bubba Ray and Devon know they have to be extreme as they can be.
Yeah, but what the Dudleys call extreme, the Wild Samoans just call regular old Tuesday. Alpha and Sika are just a different breed of wrestling.
Look, I don't care who you are. You could be King Kong or a kaiju. It's going to be curtains for you if you're on the receiving side of a Wild Samoan headbutt from the top rope. Oh! Nothing fancy here. Backbreaker and backbreaker. He's going up.
And he's staggering to his feet, about to head right
Flying. And he comes in under the ropes down.
No matter who you are, when you crash on the floor, a searing pain races through your body.
And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley boys at their own game.
Devon and Bubba pushed Alpha and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.
From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while competing in NXT. But nobody could have predicted just how smoothly his transition to the main roster would go. And before I go on any further, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm only saying what I'm saying about Solo Sikoa because I am a wise man. I'm a professional. And because I'm being handsomely compensated for my stellar work as your host of the WWE 2K25 Showcase. I haven't forgotten what Solo Sikoa and his rogue bloodline did to me. But I also know better than to let personal feelings hinder your professional endeavors. So with that being said,
Here comes the A-Champ.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the NXT North American Championship. Accompanied by Trick Williams, he is the NXT North American Champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Mello and Trick looking so pleased with themselves after attacking Wesley.
NXT 2.0 celebrating its first anniversary, all thanks to amazing talent like this man.
Hayes has a look right now. He probably thinks he's getting the night off and another day on his North American title reign.
Well, after what Mello and Trick just did to Wesley, who's going to have the guts to step up and take Lee's place?
What? This place is shaking!
We never thought we'd see Sikoa again.
His opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa!
And Solo is dressed to fight, too. I really didn't think we'd see him again.
We saw him at Clash at the Castle 10 days ago where he cost Drew McIntyre the WWE Universal Championship.
Well, as far as I'm personally concerned, Sikoa isn't welcome around here. Melo needs the night off.
Well, Melo talks about wearing the biggest crown in the WWE, but it's Sikoa who sits at the biggest table in WWE.
Well, he wasn't exactly invited to sit at this table now, was he?
We said to expect the unexpected. Is this title match gonna happen?
As we say in WWE, expect the unexpected. We expected Wes Lee to be Carmelo Hayes' opponent here, but instead, we have the surprise return of Solo Sikoa as he's claimed his title opportunity.
Solo Sikoa, fresh off joining the bloodline, is here. He has answered the call, and we indeed have an NXT North American title defense tonight for NXT 2.0's one-year celebration.
You got to imagine that Roman Reigns, the Usos, even Paul Heyman are watching this match closely right now.
Oh, absolutely, Cole. We're talking about the man who has held the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship for 744 days. And the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, who have held those titles for 422 days.
Record-breaking reigns in both singles and tag team competition. If Solo captures the North American title tonight, who knows how long he'll keep it for?
Got to be a tough situation for Carmelo Hayes here. He's up against an opponent he could never have planned for.
No, but there's a clear strategy, Cole. Solo Sikoa has an injury to his left knee. Solo had a brutal Falls Count Anywhere match last month here in NXT, and he just faced Drew McIntyre on SmackDown just a few days ago.
It's very unlikely.
Shoulders are down.
Is this enough to retain?
Gets the shoulder up after one there.
He could make much of that pin attempt. Oof.
Strong words from Carmelo Hayes before this match saying, quote, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and Melo has the biggest crown and the heaviest head.
Melo has indeed proven worthy of said crown, but he's face-to-face with a man who has a seat at the...
And Sikoa sent toward the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes with a kick right to the midsection. Melo taking it to Sikoa here.
The power of Solo just a little too much for the A-Champ in this instance.
What a chop.
Trademark viciousness. Lack of mercy. That's what Solo Sikoa is all about.
Into the corner. Big splash by Sikoa. Melo in trouble. Sikoa. Trick Williams making sure Melo got out of harm's way. Well, at least momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily is right. Sikoa continuing to inflict more punishment on the champ.
And Hayes takes out Williams on the outside. Solo standing strong.
Solo out. Allowing the presence of Trick Williams to distract him whatsoever.
From way up, punch to the stomach, and stopped in their tracks.
Let me point out that this is brutally up.
Bear hug squeeze.
Furiously trying to fight his way out of the bear hug. Can he do it? Yes.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Hayes on the wrong side of that exchange.
Heading back to the ring. Superstar setting up.
Oh, what a slam! Landed him.
Sikoa.
And now he's looking to lock in this submission.
Camel clutch. And would you look at that? He just let go of the submission.
Maybe he did the damage he meant to do and has something else in mind now.
Trick Williams has been quite the difference maker for Carmelo Hayes over the last year. How many times has Williams helped Hayes and saved that North American title?
Yeah, but 10 days ago, Solo Sikoa did the same thing for Roman Reigns when he attacked Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. Sikoa has blood on his hands, too. Carmelo Hayes firing up.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down.
Oh, man. What's he going to do? It's shoulder breaker. What a main event this has been for the one-year anniversary of NXT 2.0.
And without this rebranding, Solo Sikoa may have never had the opportunity to show the world what he can do.
And if Solo didn't have this breakout year, maybe his cousin Roman Reigns wouldn't have trusted him enough to be part of the bloodline.
Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out.
A continuous attack on Hayes.
And it looks like Solo has all the answers for Carmelo at this point.
Put into the corner, what could be next? All these counters, it's like they're in each other's minds. Big uppercut rocks the jaw of Carmelo Hayes, ripped out of the corner.
Looking to put him away, and now
What?
Trick Williams up on the apron, causing a distraction.
Trick paying dividends.
Ooh.
First 48.
And that could be the turning point for the North American champion.
Oh, Samoa dropped by Sikoa. Cover now for the win. Hayes kicks it too.
And Williams once again on the apron.
You can see how concerned Trick Williams is that Carmelo Hayes' championship hopes, might be fading away.
Super kick drops Williams. Hayes picked out of the sky.
Spinning solo.
Is that it for Carmelo Hayes? Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed. Here's your chance, Solo. The title could... be yours.
Rearing way back.
Boom! Samoan spike. Can the champ recover from that? What the? Sikoa is the new champion.
Here is your winner, and new NXT North American Champion, Solo Sikoa!
Solo is your new champion. It is the North American title now going.
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Devon. I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Well, the man who's walking down the aisle here in front of 44,000 plus is the greatest champion of all time, transcending the business. And tonight, it's personal. For 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated everyone. And luckily for Roman, he's had a special counsel and his cousins to help him keep cool, keep focused, and concentrate on the business at hand.
Now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside. And without those calming forces, Corey, cracks started to form last night in Roman's armor.
No telling how Roman's going to handle things on his own. It's been years since he competed on his own. But that's the situation we're seeing right now. Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down.
Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Universal Championship! challenger, from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins! And his opponent, from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
It's been interesting watching Reigns throughout these introductions, muttering to himself at times. Honestly, Rollins seems to be in Roman's head. Bell rings and the WWE... WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody straightened his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the Bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
Defiant counter to Reigns.
Trading counters and reversals back and forth. Gets driven into the corner.
Shoulder to the stomach.
You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay were barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
Manages to slip out of the way. Textbook jumping clothesline.
Oof.
And Reigns reverses.
Lethal combination.
The champ just striking at will. Merciless display towards the challenger.
Boom.
And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for it. Championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman attacked Heyman? Anyway, Reigns just needs to forget all of that tonight. Rollins is already playing next-level mind games in this match. Reigns cannot let Paul Heyman's actions affect him.
Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on.
There it is! Reversal!
I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave Roman a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear.
Getting carried to a vulnerable position here. Roman's on a roll here.
And you can see Seth is being run into the ground by Roman.
He wants this fight on the outside.
Launched right out of the ring. Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
Well-placed elbow to break up the maneuver. Driven into the steel steps.
Referee's nearing the end of the count. Better get back in the ring.
And this one's taken to the outside.
I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay.
Hooking him up. Face first.
Driven down. Could that be enough?
For the win.